here today.
Hi.
So just before we begin, I just want to assure you that everything that we discussed here today is strictly staying here. This is all confidential. And my role here is basically to support you through achieving your goals and to maintain open space for you to be able to expose and share all your emotions and your feelings. So what brought you here today?
So I've been in a relationship for a while now, but we've been keeping it secret because, especially from my parents are the only ones who don't know now. I'm scared to tell them. They know him. He's my brother's friend, best friend. So we've known him for a very long time, and my parents, they're not very supportive of my decisions, especially not like my love choices. And also, I think they don't really like him specifically. So I'm worried to tell them.
Okay. Those are very strong emotions that I'm hearing about your relationship. Can you elaborate and explain why you think that they react that way?
So I think they don't like him. And they've never been very supportive of me in general. So I don't know. I know they love me, but they just they don't always support me in my decisions. I don't know why. They're very supportive of my brother. And so I don't know. I'm scared to tell them. I don't know how to tell them.
Got it. Okay, so you're mentioning a few things here right now. You're saying that you don't think that they love him. You're feeling unsupported from your parents' side, and you think that your parents actually basically have favorism towards your brother. Am I correct?
Yeah, maybe I would say that.
Okay, so let's try to break it down. Let's first start with the first thing that you said. What makes you think that they don't like your partner?
I just think they think he's like, he was always, because we've known him forever. I think they think that he was like, when we were younger, that he was a bad influence on my brother.
Okay.
And that's just like stuck.
Okay. And anything specific about that?
Not that I know of. I just know that they've like talked about that in the past, but they don't know him as an adult. They were just talking like college kids type.
So basically, you're assuming that they don't like him.
Yes.
You don't know it for sure.
I know that in the past they did not, but they don't really know him as an adult, so I wouldn't know now. Okay.
You also feel less supported by your parents. Is that correct? Okay. Can you tell me a bit about that?
They like they've never really celebrated me the way they celebrate my brother. And when I would like make mistakes, like as a child, they would call it pulling a Monica.
Oh.
And they thought it was funny.
Okay.
So they never really like supported me in my decisions. Like they were never very, well maybe they were, but they never told me like that they were very proud of me or that they trusted me or stuff like that.
Can you think of a time where they actually did support you?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I went to culinary school, so they were happy that I had like a career choice in mind. Like, yes, it wasn't like I'm not a doctor, but it was something that I enjoyed doing.
And what do you think was the difference? Why was that different?
I don't know, I think maybe we had I explained to them why I wanted to do it.
Okay.
Like I was maybe more open with them and.
Okay, so you were able to have a conversation with them about that specifically?
Yeah, I think so.
And what was the reason that in that situation you felt comfortable talking to them?
I don't know, I was very confident about my decision.
Okay.
Like I knew that that's what I wanted, and I think I didn't like really care at the time
Mm-hmm.
how much they would approve or disapprove of it.
Okay.
Like I knew I wasn't going to be a doctor like my brother,
Got it.
so
So
he's not like a
from-
real doctor.
Got it. So from what I'm hearing, basically, it's the confidence that matters here.
I think it's the confidence, and it's also like I love Chandler, and so I want them to approve. Like I know this is forever, so I need them to approve of this because like it's higher stakes than before.
So from what I'm hearing, their approval is very important to you.
For this situation, yes, because like I want him to be part of our family.
Okay. And how do you think you'll be able to accomplish that?
Well, I need to talk to them first. They don't even know.
Okay. So let's say that tomorrow you had to have that conversation with them. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being I have no confidence at all in myself that I'll be able to accomplish this scenario, this conversation with them, to 10 being I'm very much confident, I can nail it, I can do it, I mean, I got this. Where would you position yourself at?
Maybe like a 4.
Okay, and what is that for means to you? How does it look like?
I'm really worried.
Okay.
Like I said, like I think it's like high stakes, and I don't want them to be like, no, he's such a bad person, or we don't like him, and I don't want them to not accept him into our family.
And what do you think is keeping you from falling from a 4 to a 3? Confidence-wise.
I guess because I'm confident in my choice of partners. Like I love
Okay, that's
Chandler,
good.
so I mean I care what they say, but I also don't care what they say
Okay.
because this is my choice and I want to be with him.
Okay, it sounds like you have a very strong relationship with Chandler.
Yes,
Okay,
he's my best friend.
amazing. I'm happy to hear that. And what do you think that you'll need to accomplish, or how do you think you'll be able to reach from a 4 to a 5? What would it take?
4 to 5. I don't know, like maybe I could talk to Ross and he could like tell me how to talk to them because he seems to like get their approval for everything. So maybe he could like help me plan a conversation, or he can tell me how he thinks they're gonna react. Like he knows about Chandler, but like we've never talked about like our parents aspect of it.
That sounds like a great idea. Who else? Is there anyone else that you think that you're able to support or rehearse those conversations with you?
Well, I think Chandler will have to be there with me when we tell them. So maybe we should like rehearse it together, or like talk about the worst case scenarios type thing and get them out of the way.
Sounds like you have a very strong supporting system around you. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's something that can definitely lift you up and get you to where you need to be. So if right now I would tell you that you need to make a small, tiny step in order to build, like we said, your confidence. You said to create those conversations. What would be the next step for you?
I don't know. I guess I would have to like schedule time like with my parents to meet up to talk about it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to do it over the phone.
Okay, that's a good insight. Okay, and how do you think you'll be able to do that?
I don't know. Like sometimes I just need to do, like to like go schedule it, go and at least like try.
Okay, that's good. That's a good insight. And let me ask you another question. It might sound a bit weird, but I want you to really think of what I'm about to say. So let's say that tonight you go to sleep. You had your whole day. You went ahead. You finished this conversation. You went ahead. You did your whatever you need to do, and then you went home. You took a shower. You had a good dinner, and then you went to bed. And during those sleeping hours, a miracle happened. and all and everything that you know that's bothering you, your lack of confidence in having the conversation with your parents, would actually vanish. And you wake up tomorrow morning, but you don't know that miracle happened. You don't know that you're in a different situation confidence-wise right now. What would be a small thing for you to notice that has changed for this miracle to happen? Miracle to happen.
No, I think I would just be like my head would be quiet and I would just feel confident to say what I know I want to say and need to say and not like be anxious about it.
Walk me through that. How does it look?
Well, I would like make plans with my parents
Okay.
to have like lunch or something,
Okay.
and then we would sit down and I would just like say it. I
Mhm.
wouldn't like beat around the bush or like start talking about other things. I would just like tell them what I need to tell them without like worrying about it. Just like, and then we would sit there and all four of us and have a nice like lunch and that would be it and we'd be done.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. What do you think you need to do in order to get to that point?
I don't know. Like I said, like I think maybe I should talk to Ross first, or
Okay.
I mean Chandler knows I'm worried about telling. Maybe we could also like tell his parents first
Okay.
and see how that goes.
That sounds like a plan. So from what I understand, neither one of your parents are actually aware of this.
No, but he's not really in touch with his parents.
Got it. Okay. So it's more about your conversation with your
Yeah.
parents versus.
I think
his
it's more of
parents.
like just like a practice type thing.
Okay. What do you think Chandler would say about this, or Ross, for saying that they're your support system and you'll be able to have confidence and by talking to them?
Well, I think Ross would just tell me to tell them because he doesn't know how it feels to be like scared of them in a way. Not scared. But then he might be right. Like I might just have to just like pull the band-aid off and just do it type thing.
Okay. So let me ask you, in the past, were you able to have a conversation with them like that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
What no?
Maybe. I'm sure like we've had conversations. It's just this one is like I think probably the most important one I've ever had with them. So I'm like worried about it.
Okay, so you were able to have conversation with them in the past, but you feel that this conversation is much more important versus other conversations that you had in the past. Okay, so that's something that can be accomplished with everything that you said with your strong support system. Would you agree to that? Okay. So before we finishing this session right now, I want us just to summarize and to make a small goal that you will accomplish this week, and then we can further talk about it next week when we meet. So basically, you're experiencing less of confidence by having this conversation with your parents about you and Chandler being in a relationship. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. And a small goal for you to create, for you to accomplish, is basically do some practicing, either with Ross or with Chandler, about having this conversation with your parents. Is that something that's doable for you?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Okay, perfect. So that being said, okay, we will further talk about it next week. I'm sure that you'll do great with the conversation. And once we talk about it, we'll be able to see what's our next goal in having that conversation with your parents.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you for coming, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
זה כבר לא היה.
למה?
זה היה אחד הגרועים ביותר.
למה זה היה גרוע?